What would you do if you had no job and only borrowed places to stay?
Here's one of the things we learned in a year and a half of being homeless and unemployed.
Truth is, I should have been happy. I should have been overjoyed. I shared with you in our last video that I had become miserable in my work. I used words like draining, dreading, swamped, mundane, crushed, and that is exactly how I felt. To be laid off, I should have embraced my newfound freedom with a fresh sense of relief, but that simply wasn't the case. It hurt. I had done nothing wrong. I was a productive staff member. These people who were supposed to be my friends had chosen me to be one of the people to leave. I was angry, and trying to hide that while telling my family felt impossible. No way I wanted to affect my kids' opinion of God or the church because of what was happening to me. I wanted these decisions to change, to go back the way they were. God called me there. He should have been the one who released me from there.
Looking back now, we see a great lesson God has taught us. We were so miserable and without joy, we should have been elated to be released from the turmoil. We should have celebrated what God was doing in us in the moment. We should have noticed the freedom He was providing, but we didn't.
We were just like the Israelites when Moses led them out of slavery in Egypt. In the Bible, in Exodus 14, we see the same image of this idea. We see Pharaoh's army bearing down on the Israelites as they approached the connection of the mountains to the sea. Like us, they felt that they had no way out. This was not what they expected. They wanted to go back the way it was. They said to Moses, "Is it because there are no graves in Egypt that you took us to die in the wilderness? What have you done to us by bringing us out of Egypt? It would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than to die in the wilderness."
We weren't in slavery, but just like the Israelites, we were miserable in our situation. But when God released us, we became worried and scared to be forced out into something different.
Clearly at that time, I would have preferred to go back to the misery. When faced with adversity, I would have chosen the draining, dreading, swamped, mundane, crushed day-to-day over a new calling, a new direction, over freedom. I would have chosen death over different.
How many of you might find yourself in this place now? God is doing something new in your life, something different. How are you responding? Are you like us, like the Israelites? When it's hard to see what God is doing ahead of you, it's difficult to see that God is doing anything at all. Have you become so comfortable in your misery that you would rather stay in the slow death than to see what God might be doing different?
In this time of uncertainty, lean into it. Try to understand that this time of anxiety might actually be God answering your former prayers for release and giving you the opportunity to step out in faith and choose different over death.
We hope these short videos bless you. Be sure to like and share, and please feel free to comment and tag anyone you know that might be encouraged by our story. We can't wait to cross paths with you again soon.
We love you guys.